Hare Krishna. So we have already taken a class actually on this particular topic before. Why I took it before? Because when we'll speak about this particular topic from the angle of Maharaj, then we'll have a proper understanding because we would know at least something from before. Like we all knew about Ashtakali Leela of Krishna, but very few of us they are aware of the Ashtakali Leela of Mahaprabhu. So here you see, um, I'll teach you today another very big secret. Big secret in the sense like it's another part of meditation only. It's a part of Manasi Seva only. But that was not uh, actually that was not told by our acharyas. But acharyas they have actually given indirectly um, the way to meditate on that. So that particular thing is called Yoga Pita meditation. Like we don't do this Yoga Pita meditation because our acharyas were not very vocal about our swarup or their swarup, but our acharyas they've given us the Gayatri mantras. Gayatri mantras are actually in one way a Yoga Pita meditation. And then if you are not able to do Manasi Seva for that, then if you start doing the worship the way I taught you, you know, deity worship, that actually is another way of doing Yoga Pita meditation. It's another way. I cannot be direct to all of you because you are not Brahman initiated. Some of you and some of you may be Brahman initiated, but I don't know about your understanding and all. But what I'm telling you here is something very intense and very like out of secret. The Yoga Pita meditation is actually this only, in that you start first. You see your Swarup, right? As a 12 years old Brahman boy, then you see your Guru Maharaj, Param Guru, Vishti Guru, Paraparam Guru, Mahaguru. Like the entire Guru Panchaka, you see as a Brahman boy in God Leela. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his Parshas are standing there, and then you do the worship to all of them in Yoga Pita meditation. And then from there, you enter in Krishna Leela. And then you enter in Vrindavan Dham, and then you do the puja for all the Manjaris and Sakhis of Krishna and Radha Krishna themselves. So this particular thing uh, teaches that we cannot enter in Krishna Leela directly. If we just immediately close our eyes and enter in Krishna Leela, then there can be some problem. So I told you one time uh, that like suppose if somebody wants to start meditation, like my meditation means Leela Smaran, then the best thing to start from the Gaur Leela. And I've given this example that Gaur Leela is very safe because it does not have any intimate pastimes of Radha Krishna or anything. So we can see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing or dancing. Nityanand Prabhu is also dancing with him. And Advaita Acharya is also dancing with them. And and then we can see that Gadadhar Pandit is singing. Shivas Acharya जो है, he's playing Mridanga, and then Mukunda Datta is also singing. We can see that Murari Gupta is also dancing with them. Somebody is playing Kartal. So we can just think about this whole procession of Kirtan is going on, and our six Goswamis are also together dancing. Then apart from six Goswamis, we can think of we can just meditate or think about all other personalities, Vakreshwar Pandit and Lochan Das Thakur, or Jagai Madai, and all the other Nitya Parshad of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they all are dancing, in Srinivas Angan with Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu. And they both are dancing, 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 dancing. And immediately you are also seeing yourself as holding a surai in your hand and dancing with them. And then you immediately feel that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is feeling thirsty. And then you are actually giving water to all the dance people who are dancing, and you're giving water to everybody. It's just a very simple meditation. But just imagine Your mind, like I'm just talking about this particular thing, and your mind is in Mayapur right now, and you're thinking about Shiva Sangan, right? That Shiva Sangan appeared in front of you. So when we are chanting with that particular consciousness, it makes things very easy for us to meditate, right? I have this um there was a song, Shri Hari Vasare Hari Kirtan Vidhan. So, that particular song, if you read that song, I can share the link. It has 29 uh, pairs. So, 29th pairs will give you the idea how Mahaprabhu used to dance. So, it starts like this. Shri Hari Va Sare Hari कीर्तन विधान नित्यरम बिला प्रभु जगतिर प्राण पुण्यंत शिवासांगने करे शुभारंभो उठिल की तन ध्वनि गोपाल गोविंद मृदंग मंदिरा बाजे शंख करताल संकीर्तन संगे शबो होइलो मिशाल ब्रह्मांड भेदिला ध्वनि पूरी आकाश चोरी के अमंगल जाए सब नाश. Like the sound of the kirtan is so intense that it's actually, piercing the whole sky, or like, spreading everywhere in the sky, you know. And Usha Kale Hoite Nitya Kare Vishwambhara Yutha Yutha Hoile Jata Gayana Sundara. Actually, there's a very special kind of kirtan. That kirtan is actually known as mm, it's Leela Kirtan, but there's a name for it. So Suchak Kirtan. So suppose if Rupa Goswami or Jiva Goswami, if their past their Tirobhav comes, then the group of Babajis, they come together on their samadhi and they sing their life story. So suppose if I'm saying that Suchak Kirtan um, of suppose Mahaprabhu, sorry, Suchak Kirtan of Rupa Goswami. Just actually, no, normally Sucha Kirtan um, is for the Vaishnavas. So the on the Tirobhav, the Sucha Kirtan will be there. Or Sucha Kirtan is actually like, maybe 10 or 15 verses, but it takes like 1.5 an hour or 2 hours, sometimes three hours, you know. And then in Sucha Kirtan, they sing one line three, four times. Huh? I remember one time I have attended um, Sucha Kirtan of Jiva Goswami. That was like, in 2000, I think 11, no, 10, sorry, in 2009. Well, that particular had given me such a like, I can't tell you like, how was it? It was such an amazing Sucha Kirtan. And that time I understood, and when they're singing, they're crying also. They're singing, and while singing, they will start crying. So Sucha Kirtan, like it starts like, maybe one or two shlokas, but they will repeat it again. So the same way Srivas Kirtan, there's actually Ekadushi Kirtan. So like, if they're saying like this, Usha Kale Hoite Nidya Kare Vishambhara Yutha Yutha Hoile Jata Gayan Sundara. Oh, Usha Kale उषा काले होते नित्या करे विश्वम्भर Vishambar nache, nache Vishambar, nachiya, nachiya Vishambar, nachiya, nachiya, nachiya Nityananda, nachiya, like that. They will start, adding on things and yutha, yutha, hoile jata, 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 hoile yutha. So, like, they will just like they will start turning, and then they will like stretch one particular uh, two lines of the song to like 10 to 15 minutes they can stretch, and they are like Bengalis, they know Bengali, so they know how to sing. So they sing it like this, and then this is so intense and so amazing and so mesmerizing for the heart. So then, what I'm saying is this is one of the Leela Smaran. Like Vrindavan Das Thakur has written the Shri Hari Vasare Hari Kirtan Vidhan. So the the translation is says like this: on Ekadashi Day, Mahaprabhu, who is the life and soul of all being, decreed that everyone should gather for Kirtan. Hearing the sound of his own name, he began to dance in ecstasy. In Shiva Sangha, Shiva Thakur's divine courtyard, he inaugurates or he inaugurated the auspicious reverberations of the kirtan in a booming voice. Gopal Govinda. Like, suppose if they're saying Gopala Govinda, or Gopala 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 Govinda, Govinda 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 Gopal. Like, when we are singing this, um, what do you call our Sandhya Arti, we say na, मृदंग क्या क्या what is the song? What is that song? She शिव जयो जयो गोरा चांदे आरती को शोभा जानवी तट बने सब जग मन लोभा शिव क्षीणे विषाई चांद बामे गदाधर निकटे अद्वैत श्रीनि वासुदेव कि हाँ like when we come शिव शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे कर ताला मधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे. So इस तरीके से we just like that we stretch it and it goes on and on and on. O Shankha baje, Ghanta baje, Madhur 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 baje, Shankha baje, Ghanta baje, Madhur 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 baje, like that. So in this way, they stretch, and that's how they sing Sukcha Kirtan, and that's how they sing this Harivasa Kirtan or any Leela Kirtan. Why I'm telling you this? Because you should have this knowledge that when they are singing, they're singing like that. So from the morning Vishwambar, he who nourishes and the maintainer of the whole Vishwambar, the one who maintains the whole world, universe by bhakti starts dancing. Many groups sang charmly. Each group sings a different melody. Now when they are saying Srivasa Pandita Hoila Eko Sampradaya, Srivasa Pandit took his party. And the Mukund Lailar Janakat Gai means Srivas Pandit was the guru of one group of Kirtaniyas, and the Mukunda was the lead singer of another. So in this way, Govinda Ghosh, Gaur Chandra is dancing, Nityanand Prabhu is singing, Mukunda is singing, Sridhar is singing, So all these things I mentioned. So we are going to now read, then, in this particular thing, from the Krishna, God Leela only, we can enter in Krishna Leela. Otherwise, we cannot enter. So Yoga meditation is also like that. Or, if we see our deity worship, we go from down to up to the top. And the top is Radha Krishna, right? So following Radha Krishna's daily Leela, Ashtakali Leela, it is a rule among Vaishnava authors that a special spiritual book should conclude in a mood of special sweetness. Madhurena Samapayet. What is that? Madhurena Samapayet. Srila Prabhupada compared this principle of eating a meat where um, wherein one savors all kinds of taste, such as bitter, sour, and pungent before ending with the sweet. So to fulfill this principle, sorry, it's not meat, it's meal, sorry. Prabhupada compared this principle of eating a meal where one savors all kinds of tastes such as bitter, sour, and pungent before ending with the sweet. So, to fulfill this principle, this book will also have a sweet conclusion. So, that is what is sweet? You can say Chaturveda Shri Bhagavat Prasado. So, there are four kinds of taste, right? So, entering the spiritual realm of Goloka Vrindavan to lovingly serve Radha Govind Yugal in their endlessly following eternal pastime, such as Ashtakali Leela, is the goal of all Braj Raganugiya sadhakas. We will now give a summary of Sri Krishna's blissful daily pastimes, which are both sweet and supremely satisfying. First, Gora, then Krishna Lila. Our acharyas advise us that on the path of Raganuga Bhakti Sadhana, one must first read, remember Gaur Lila in order to successfully approach and benefit from reading and meditating upon Radha Krishna's Braj Lila. If possible, it's best to read a particular Gaur Lila that is analogous to the Braj Lila you intend to hear. Read or meditate upon. So, like the Ashtakali Lila, you won't believe it. One time in Vrindavan, the Ashtakali Leela, Rasa dance happened. How it was happening, whatever was the Leela, whatever was the pastime, it was actually happening during that time, like 3:30 in the morning. So many sadhus were sitting in the pandal, leaving all their bhajan and everything, and waiting for the Rasla to start. And 3 o'clock, 3:30 when the Rasla started till 6 o'clock, whatever happened in Nitya Leela, they were showing and they were acting that. It was such an amazing experience that happened like 12 years back, and it never happened after that. Anyways, for example, before reading Radha Madhav's Nikunj Bhang Leela in Nidhivan, during the same time, the Raganuga Sadhaka should first read and remember Gaur Gadadhar's Prashant Leela of waking up in the flower groves of Srivas Thakur's estate. The practice is called Gaur Chandrika. The practice is called Gaur Chandrika. Means the moon being, it means Chandrika. Of the Gaurang's most merciful and purifying Leela, illuminate the dark forest path within our heart to show us the way to the brilliantly blissful Keli Nikunjan, wherein Vrindavan Chandra forest forever relishes amorous intimacies with his dearly beloved Radha. So our Gaudiya Vaishnava Purvacharya described this sadhana's practice combining Gaur and Krishna Lila. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati said, Sri Chaitanya Chandramrit 88, as much as you are devoted to the lotus feet of Sri Gora, to that same extent, the ocean of the nectar at the lotus feet of Sri Radha will automatically arise in your heart. Gaura Padar Vinde Bhaktim, Radha Padamboj, uh, Sudhambu Rashihi. Srinarayi Das, as eternal intimate associate of both God and Govinda, reveals the essential contribution of Sri Chaitanya to Raganuga Bhakti. In one bhajan, Yadi Gaura na hoite, tab ki hoito, he said, if Mahaprabhu had not come to this world, who would have ever understood the glories of Sri Radhara Mahima, Premaras Shima, Jagate Janate Ke. Means, if Mahaprabhu had not come to this world, who would have ever understood the glories of Radha Unlimited Premarasa? And from whom would one get the power to render ecstatic devotion to Radha? It follows in the footsteps of the damsel of Braja. Radhara Mahima Prema Rasa Sima Jagat Janate Kaur ke Braja Yuvati Bhavera Bhakati Shakati Hoito Kar. ठीक है, this is a very important bhajan for us to hear or remember. Anyway, Srila Krishna's Kaviraj, Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 25th chapter, 271, wonderfully describes a sweet connection between Gaur and Krishna Leela. Krishna Leela is the essence of bliss, ambrosia, following in all directions in hundreds of rivers. Chaitanya Leela is an imperishable reservoir of nectar saturated with the pastimes of Krishna. O swan like mind, please wander in this transcendental lake. Krishna Lila Amritasar Chaitanya Lila Sarovara. Beautiful. So in Pratana, Rotam Das Thakur says, if you submerge yourself in a rasa filled nectar of Gaur Prema, you will become a confidential servant of Radha Madhav. Gaur Prema Rasanave Chitarangya Yevarube Dube Shri Radha Madhava Antarange Shri Radha Madhava Antarange. This is like Gorangera Duti Pada Jara Dhan Sampada. Anyways, so here it is in Madhukanta describes Krishna's birth. Following the principle of Gaur Chandrika, we will first narrate from Chaitanya Chaitamrit how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates celebrate Sri Krishna Jayanti. Then we will recount Sri Madhur Kanthaji's wonderful narration of Krishna exciting birth extracted from Sri Jiva Goswami Pad's Gopala Champu. Every year, Gauranga Bhakta relishes the 4 months of Chaturmas in Jagannath Puri, observing various spiritual festivals in the blissful association of Mahaprabhu. Once they celebrate Krishna Janmashtami and Nandotsav the day after. Everyone, including Mahaprabhu, dresses up as a cowherd boy, Prabhu Gopa Vesha, carrying pots of milk and yogurt balanced on the roads uh, over their shoulder. Guranga and his companions walk to the Janmashtami festival ground while chanting euphorically Hari Hari Kanai Puthitiya, dressed as Nanda Maharaj, and Jagannath Mahiti, dressed as Brajeshwari Yashoda. Mahaprabhu danced jubilantly, and all the bhaktas throw milk, yogurt, and turmeric, haldi, water on each other to celebrate Sri Krishna's birth. At this time, Advaita Acharya jestfully challenges Gaura Gopal. I'll believe you're a cowherd boy only if you can wheel this lagudi. Actually, I told you before also in Govardhan Leela that Krishna had a style of throwing a stick in certain way and catching up the stick in certain way. Like, as a cowherd boy, he sometimes used to do all these kind of tricks to impress the girls. So when when Advaitacharya challenges him that if you're a cowherd boy, then show me that. Mahaprabhu then wheels his lagudi. Lagudi means that lathi around and repeatedly tossed it into the sky and catches it while it fell. And Gauragopal throws the rod over his head, behind his back, in front of him, and between his legs. Gauranga's display of expertise in this playful art of the Braj Gopas brings uproarious laughter to one and all. In his grand finale, Gauranga Sundar astonished everybody by wheeling his lagudi so repeatedly in a circle that it appears like a firebrand, a letter chakra. So entering the deep mood of Gaur Sakshya Prema, Gopa Bhav Gudya Gudha, Nitai Balram picks up his lagudi and also wheels it about in amazing way. In this way, Gauranga Sundar experiences the greatest ecstasy observing the Janmashtami festival of Bhagwan Sri Krishna, who is not different from himself. In Gopala Champu, Jiva Goswami describes the appearance of Sri Krishna thus. One night when all his family members assembled in the palace entertainment hall, Nanda Baba asked Madhukanta, a court pandit and reciter, to narrate the Leela of Krishna's birth, Janmashtami. Madhukanta speaks. One day, Nanda Baba says to Brajeshwari, O Devi, I see a very attractive child with a dark complexion and long lotus petal eyes playing on your lap, and milk is profusely flowing from your breast. O my Priya Patni, tell me the truth. Is this a dream, or is this jewel-like child within your womb? Then, sometime later, a middle-aged saffron-clad yogini arrives in Nandagram, accompanied by a slightly chubby Brahman boy Introducing himself to Nanda Baba, she says, "My name is Purnamashi, and this boy is my grandson. His name is Madhu Mangal. Oh, Baba, I can predict the future that I see that you will have a most beautiful and sensational son who will fill this universe with bliss." After some months passed by, Yashoda Ma has a vision of a celestial child entering the lotus of her heart and divine maiden entering her womb. The presence of Bhagwan Sri Krishna within her womb makes Yashoda Ma radiant like 1,000 suns. Understanding she is pregnant, all the elderly gopis of Nandavraj bring gifts and auspicious items to offer Yashoda. As if as it often happened with pregnant mothers, Yashoda Ma has a craving to eat tulsi decorated rice mixed with camphor and lot of ghee and sugar, a favorite of Gopal. On Wednesday, Bhadra Krishna Ashtami, as the moon arises in the Rohini star during harsh yoga, Krishna Chandra, the ocean of surprises, appears in this world to relish the intense motherly love of Yashodama. Baby Krishna's tender body is more effulgent than brilliant blue sapphire. The moon of Nanda Dulal, his face conquers the full moon. Gopal's eyes resemble astonishing lotuses. Krishna's lovely hands are more splendorous than the newly unfurled leaves of a celestial desire tree. Gopal cries sweetly while slightly moving his splendid hand and feet. While gazing lovingly at her newborn, Yashoda thinks, is he an empire of radiant darkness? Is he the topmost object of beauty for the eyes to see? When Lalaji cries at this, Yashodama thinks it means yes, yes, indeed, I am all that and much more. When the village ladies come to see the baby, they all become overwhelmed with motherly affection, gathering around Yashoda's bed. They gaze at Gopal and chatter excitingly. uh, One lady says, "Aha, I will kiss this darling head." A second lady says, "I want to offer my very self to this heart and reside there forever." To his heart, very good. While looking lovingly upon the Lord of love, each lady expresses her personal desires. Although Yashodama gazes continually at her baby Gopal, she cannot slake her thirst. Streams of nectar pour from her breast, and tears of affection and trickle from her loving eyes. Concluding the story of Krishna's birth, Madhukanta says, "O Nanda Baba, your son Gopal bestows extraordinary auspiciousness to the people of Braj and gives the highest bliss to the people of this universe. Though not speaking this openly to the assembly, after narrating the pastimes of Krishna, uh, appearance, Madhukanta thinks the following: these Brajvasis have a unique perfection, for there is nothing but Krishna in their heart. All their hearts' affection is for Krishna alone, and Krishna will only reveal himself to a devotee whose heart is full of love for him. Thus, Sri Krishna is always present in the heart of these Brajvasis. Shri Gaur and Radha Govinda Yugal Ashtakaliya Leela. So this will start, if you want, it's just like only 3 4 pages. So we can read now. So we think, speak, and do of many things each day, but how often do we reflect on the sweet Braja Madhurya Leela of Mahaprabhu or Radha Govinda Yugala? For those treading the sacred path of heart inspiring bhakti, remembering Radha Krishna throughout the day is essential. We have to remember Krishna 24 hours. And we must regularly pause to think of Radha and Krishna. Where are they right now? And what are Radha Mother doing? Sri Rupa Goswami Pal has nicely summarized the sweet daily pastimes of the Radha Govind Yugara Ashtakali Leela in 8 verses. Please print out these verses or store them in your phone for daily recollection. Time to time throughout the day, try to read these verses and fix your mind in Vrajadham and Leela Yugal Radhe Shyam's blissful pastime. Within a short time, you can memorize them and then mentally tune into the joyful world of sweet Leela whenever your heart turns into that direction. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Very simple. I have narrated this Nishant Leela to so many people so many times that when I get up in the morning and if I ever think about Krishna when I get up in the morning, immediately this Nishant Leela comes in my mind. And then whenever I go to uh, Vrindakun, and whenever I take somebody to Group Tukun, immediately that particular Leela appear in the mind. You know, if suppose in the afternoon time, Mukunda Prabhu offers often gets time in the afternoon to go to Radhakund. I know after 1:30 or something, it's just like the Radha Rani is coming and taking bath in Shamakund and Radhakund. Like so, immediately the mind goes in that direction. So, if you will start, reading them on a regular basis, then you will automatically suppose it's 7 o'clock time. So just open 7 o'clock time. If you have to chant, then you see what is the time. Oh, it's between 6 to 9:30. So like let me see what exactly happening during that time. So read that particular lila. It's a very simple way to uh, you know put this thing in your mind. Anyway, so Nishant Lila, Gaurachandrika, at the end of the night, Sri Gaura sleeps in the kunja of Sri Vas Thakur. However, the soothing sound of cuckoos and humming bees interrupts Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Gauranga Sundar's blissful repose. The Gaur remembers Radha lying beside Krishna in the Braj Nikunja Mandir. His long curly locks stands erect and his body becomes soaked in tears. O mind, please worship the golden Sri Mahaprabhu. I remember at night's end, Radha Krishna arise, hearing the variegated sound of the parrots set, sent by Vindadevi. With both pleasant and unpleasant poem, the parrot inspired Yugal to rise from their pleasure bed. The Sakhis joyfully observed how Radha Krishna are fatigued from their loving pastimes, hearing and pinching word of the old she monkey named Kataki. Radha Madhav becomes afraid. When she chants what? Jatila has come, or Jatila, Jatila, Jatila. And though still eager to more for more pastimes, Radha Govinda scurry off to their individual homes to sleep. Now 6 to 8:24 a.m. Pratah Leela. Gaur Chandrika says, I worship Gaur Chandra, the golden moon, who during sunrise is still sleeping in Mahaprabhu Bhavan. Gauranga's body shows sign of injury from the previous night's Sankirtan. Worried upon noticing this, Mother Sachi cries out, Oh my son, how has your body become wounded? In great anxiety, Mother Sachi repeatedly cares Gauranga's body to stir him and help him rise from bed. In the morning, Srivas Pandit, Murari Gupta, and other devotees come before Gauranga, offer danvats and ask about his health. Gauranga washes his face with flower scented water and then describes the amazing dream he just had afterwards. Gauranga bathes and happily honor Hari Prasadi. I worship that beautiful Sri Gauranga. In the morning, I take shelter of Sri Radha, who is bathed and decorated by her Sakhis, and then goes to Nandagram to cook for Krishna on the request of Brajeshwari Yashoda. After cooking, Radhika eats Krishna's prasadi. I also take shelter of Sri Krishna, who wakes, milk the cows, bathe, and eat along with his friends. Purvahan Leela, pastimes of at full moon, means 8:24 से लेके 10:48. So God Chandrika says, while remembering it, Gauranga reenact the all attractive forenoon pastimes of Govinda, taking his cows and friends to the forest, which greatly anguishes the Brajvasis. As Sri Gauranga immerses in Braj Bhav, his hairs stand erect. His golden body trembles and then Gaura becomes paralyzed. Torrent of tears flows as Gaurahari displays various ecstatic emotions with his confidential associates. May I always serve that Gaurachandra along with associates who forever drawn in waves of divine bliss. In the forenoon, I remember Sri Krishna going to the forest with his cows and friends while being followed by the Brajavasis. Later in the morning, Krishna goes to the bank of Radhakund, eager to meet Sri Radha. I also remember Radha being ordered by her elderly Jatila to go and worship Surya Dev. Anxious to hear about Krishna, Radhika sends her Sakhis to look for Krishna, hoping for some good news. Radharani casts, cast her eyes down the road searching for the returning Sakhi. Other Madhyanan Leela means midday pastime 10:48 to 3:36. Gaur Chandrika, oh mind, please engage in the eternal worship of Sachinandan whenever Gaur Hari remembers the pastime of Radha Govinda and their associates, his hair stands erect and his voice choked in ecstasy. Then Chaitanya reenacts these same leelas with his Navdeep Antaranga Bhaktas. I remember Radha and Krishna at midday, overwhelmed by desire and enchanted by various ornament like physical transformations of ecstasy arising out of meeting each other and yet being anxious due to shyness and eagerness and being served by their attendant Sakhis and Manjaris. And the joking words of Lalita and Vishaka Sakhi please Radha Madhav as they perform Kandharp Yagya. Enjoy Jhula, Van Vihar, and Jal Keli in Radhakund, quarrel over Krishna's stolen flute, and enjoy conjugal pastimes, drink honey wine, and worship the sun god and enjoy other sports. Aprahan Leela means afternoon pastime 3:36 to 6 o'clock. Oh mine, worship Gaurachandra who becomes inundated with waves of bliss as he remembers Radha Govinda's afternoon pastime. Then that golden dancer Gaurachandra dances, spins around, loses his self-control and faints. In the afternoon, I remember Shri Radha returning home and cooking different dishes for her beloved Krishna. Radha Bed dresses nicely and filled with joy upon seeing her lover's lotus-like face. I also remember Shri Krishna returning home with his cows and friends. Krishna feels pleased upon seeing and later being folded by Ma Yashoda. Then he meets his parents. Then Shayana Leela means 6 o'clock to 8:24 evening pastime. Gaur Chandrika after bathing and eating Gaur Chandra. No, this is Sanya Leelas. Sanaha Leela. Shayan, Shayan, Sayahana. Achha, okay. Gaurasundar's hair stands erect like the statement of Kadamba, flowers and tears flow like the Ganga river, and he rolls the holy name of Bhagwan in ecstatic love. In the evening, I remember Sri Radha sending many eatables to Krishna's home through a Sakhi. Later, Sakhi eats Brajachandra's prasadi brought by a Sakhi. At this time, I also remember how Ma Yashoda nicely bathes Govind Devji, dresses him attractively, and fondles her Lalaji. Krishna then milks some cows and returns to the palace to eat. Pradosh Leela means pastimes at nightfall, that is 8:24 to 10:48. Gaurachandra deeply reflects upon his own ecstatic pastimes in Braja. He swoons with longing, his eyes flood with tears, and his bodily hairs stand erect in bliss, identifying himself with Radha's intense mood of separation. Gaur cries out and choked voice, I must go to the boar to see Krishna. I cannot wait any longer. Gaurahari stumbles along the path or to Srivas Thakur's house and then sits amongst his devotees like the full moon surrounded by the stars. May I always remember the blissful late evening pastimes of Gaurahari. At nightfall, I remember how Radha Sakhis dress Radhika in either white or dark clothes according to the moon luminously. On Vrinda's indication, Radha and some of her messengers go to meet Krishna in a desire tree groves in Vrindavan. I also remember Sri Krishna who witnesses artful games in the assembly of cowherds before his affectionate mother carefully takes him to bed. Uh, and lately, Krishna slips away to meet Srimati Radhika in a solitary grove besides the Yamuna. Now, the eighth Leela is the Nakta Leela, that is also uh, Nisha Leela or night pastime. 1048 to 336. Gaurchandrika, sitting in the courtyard in the midst of his devotees, Gauranga starts Nama Sankirtan in Srivas Thakur's courtyard and everyone joins him singing Krishna Nam. Mahaprabhu's hair stands erect, his perspiration flows continually, his body trembles, and his voice choked up. When the Nama Sankirtan subsides, Gauranga eats fruits, and other delicacies with his devotees. Then Gauranga sleeps on a bejeweled bed in a flower golden bathe in moonlight. May that Sri Gaurachandra forever be the object of my meditation and service. In the night, I remember Radha Krishna who are intensely eager to meet and being attended by Vrinda in many ways. Radheshyam and their Priya Sakhis play, sing, and dance in the forest. After enjoying many pastimes, Radha Govinda Yugal sleeps on a nice flowered bed, being attended by their loving Sakhis. Alternate reading is at the night, I remember Radha Krishna meeting together and being worshipped by Vrinda and various items. Leela Yugal, Radha Madhav enjoy joking riddles, sweet talks, plays and rasa and lasya dance with their dearest sakhis. Radha Mother drinks honey, wine and master various kinds of ever increasing conjugal bliss in the Nikunja. Thus ends the outline of Gaur Govind Ashtakaliya Leela. Now the 21 sweet Leela glimpse. You see, there are 21 Leelas mentioned here, which is very helpful to meditate on the pastimes of Krishna. So, here it is mentioned in the world of mundane experience, one sometimes hear the phrase, never a dull moment. But in reality, almost everyone is just passing through very dull lives filled with endless moment of boredom. When one turns to Shastras, however, one finds a spiritual world wherein Bhagwan Sri Krishna and his loving companions are experiencing the endless sweet flows of ecstatic pastimes rolling on for this time eternal. So that follows are some amazing brief description on the divine pair, Sri Radha Krishna's spiritual enjoyment, Sambhoga Vilas, they are intriguing glimpse of exciting moment in transcendental, which when meditated upon by pure-minded sadhakas chanting Harinam, can expand into fully blossoming lotus flowers of sweet rasa leela, filled leela. So now let the holy name of Radha Krishna arise in your heart while you try to see these exhilarating movement of love divine. You see, these 21 leelas are the leelas in which there is no time bonding. You can think about them anytime. And like when you see the Leela, definitely you can easily see what would be the time. So when Radha Madhav meets, they enjoy anyone or all of the following joyful transcendental exchanges, seeing each other. So like you can see that, Radharani is sitting here, Krishna is standing there. Krishna is with his friends and Radharani is with his Sakhis, but they are like, with the slight glances looking at each other. Okay? So like, that looking and then like, uh, like first looking at each other and then immediately ignoring each other, and then smiling, then trying to be little over smart. There's a Krishna always trying to be over smart, trying to make fun of his friends so that all the gopis are laughing at them, like that. Speaking and arguing, Dana Keli Kamudi, this pastimes are there. Touching, sometimes touching, blocking the path, Bursana, we know. Rasa dance, we know. Sporting in Vrinda's forest, we can see Jalkiri Leela. Playing in Yamuna, Jalkiri Leela. Boating pastime, we all know. Stealing the flute, clothes, and flowers. Of course, clothes was sold by Krishna. Tax pastime, Dan Keli Komudi, I said. Hiding in a bower, drinking honey flower nectar. Krishna dressing as a woman, like Radharani, catches him and make him a gopi. And then they put, uh, ghada on their head, milk, full of milk, and then immediately break it. So, Krishna can feel how much painful it is when gopis are carrying the milk and immediately he breaks their ghada. But actually, when gopis are doing it, they are doing Abhishek of Krishna. Krishna dressing as a woman, pretending to sleep, throwing dice for wagers, pulling or stealing clothing, kissing, embracing, scratching, mutual tasting of the nectar lips, and transcendental amorous union. That is usual ceremony. Shri Radha Krishna transcendental Vraja Leela ki jai. So the concluding word says, Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared in Kali Yuga to bestow Radha Dasyam, the loving service of Srimati Radharani, upon any fortunate sadhaka taking this shelter by the mercy of Mahaprabhu and his followers, Sri Rupa Goswami Pad, Sri Sanatana Goswami Pad, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami Pad, Srila Guru and Vaishnavas receives the divine greed and qualification to serve Srimati Radhika as her intimate loving maidservant, Akka Manjari, Kinkari or Dasi. So following the eternal associate of Sri Radha, like Lalita Sakhi, Vishakha, Sri Rupa Manjari or Tulsi Manjari, Rati Manjari, the blessed sadhakas treads the path of Raga or Raganuga Bhakti, practicing what is called Manjari Bhav Sadhana with the blessings and individual guidance of Sri Guru, Paramatma, Sri Krishna, and the Rasik Acharyas of our tradition. The Raganuga Bhaktas possess through the sage of Anartha Nishtha, Ruchi, and to the coveted goal of Radha Krishna Prema. Unfortunately, however, it is practically seen that very few sadhakas take up the path of Raga Bhajan because it is difficult to understand and impossible to practice without the mercy of Sri Krishna or a Raganuga Bhakta, according to Srila Rupa Goswami. So this book has appeared by the mercy of Krishna Guru, Sri Sri Radha Govinda Dev, and all merciful Vaishnavas. It is our hope and prayers that the sacred words collected here will inspire some sadhakas to take up the wonderful path of Raganuga Bhakti sadhana. By doing this, one will attain the blissful, sweet perfection of Srimati Radharani's eternal service, so selflessly offered to the one and all by our most loving and compassionate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai Jai Sri Radhe Sham. We sincerely thank the following wonderful devotees whose spiritual guidance and selfless service made this book a reality. May Radha Giridhari Sham, wow, Radha Giridhari Sham, bless them all with the sweet treasure of their heart. All glories to Sri Advaita Das, Sriman Mukund Gopal Das Ji, Tarun Krishna Das Ji, Sri Anjana Dasi Ji, and Dasi Gopika and Radha Priya. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. So, anyways, this particular book is actually over, but not over yet. 10 chapters are already done, but there are very, very important topics which we can discuss further from the book is popular misconception concerning Raganuga Bhakti, right? And oh Krishna, give me Hare. So sometimes devotee attracted by Ragmal think that conscious chanting of Radha Nam, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe is means to perfection. They say Radha is the goal, so only Radha is important. Thus, when I chant my Hare Krishna Japa, I am just thinking Radhe, 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 Radhe. So this is also like, what we should chant, Radhe Radhe or Hare Krishna. This is also another topic which we have to discuss. And why always Gopi Bhav? This is a topic, third topic. So these three topics are there. The fourth is 64 rounds Hare Krishna Nam and perfection. How to chant 64 rounds and what we should be meditating on. And there's a summary mention. So these four topics are very important topics. So we will not conclude this book here. We'll read these four topics as well. Um, Maybe not tomorrow, or maybe day after tomorrow on Monday, or let's see. But this particular class we'll take it during the daytime because otherwise it would not be possible to take this particular time. Any question, any comment, anything you want to say? पांचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो